Kush and Cow Show. Kush and Cow Show. Kush and Cow Show. It's the Kush and Cow Show.
Alright, my brother. You see it?
Yes.
I mean, man, we back outside again. We holding our vibes. We here with another one. Today is a kind of special one for me because today I here with one of the halves of Reggatic songs.
Yeah, man. Up.
You see it? A song where stand out to me, not only in bringing quality music, but having some quality dubplate. You see it? And the bedroom and them always keep a nice upful vibes,
Yeah.
a respectful vibes. You can hear them as always our manners. You see it? So it's a pleasure to sit down with one of the bedrooms out of the two, which is Jonathan. Jonathan, big up yourself, man. You see
Yeah,
it?
man, blessed man.
Oh, yeah, mean, man. And
Thanks
big
for
up.
having this song here, man.
Yes, sir. And big up Alex one time anyway in there. You see it? Canadian massive big up all yourself, man. You see it? Well, as I said, the cushion couch, we just blaze up. We just kick back and hold a little reasoning. So we go into it one time because we done there already. You see it? I'll get a little opportunity just to bring the people up to speed. Who is Reggatic songs?
First of all, thanks for having us, man.
Most definitely.
We indeed appreciate the forward and the recognition, if they say. We appreciate it.
Yes,
we
man.
appreciate being able
We
to tell the
appreciate
story.
love, man. We appreciate love, yeah.
I appreciate love being able to tell this story. Reggatic is a roots and culture song, strictly. It was bred in the fires of burning and inhaling marijuana.
See,
Yeah.
sick it up.
It's just through two brethren, a family song. Reggatic Alex in Toronto and Father Mystical and his brother Nikudi. Initially, they were from Debe. I'm from Mendes village in Separia, down Queen Am side, a very rural village.
Yeah.
I didn't know over the years, met him in school, and we established a bond, a brotherly bond.
Yes, I. Yeah.
And then through smoking and thing, and just reasoning and the way we grew up, the way we lived in rural communities, we were more reserved, if to say, and reggae music drew us to it. We could have related to reggae music,
Yeah.
so it drew us in. It was like, wait, I could relate to what this man singing about, what this lady is singing about. But I like this, boy. This making me feel like, wait, boy, this music singing like me, boy.
Yeah.
It was very relatable in the environment we grew up in. Very humble, if to say, beginnings where, very countryside, yeah, very countryside.
And you would say that the humble beginnings and country life, as you put it, is where mold Reggatic songs today.
I'd say so because, as I said, we are a roots and culture song. We prefer to play roots and culture because it gives off that vibration that we also give off and understand the importance of giving it off.
Yes.
Which is a positive vibration. So, I mean, I don't have to tell you about reggae music. Reggae music, as I said before, it appeals to every emotion, every feeling. It can appeal to every person in the world.
It's definitely a healing.
It's immeasurable. You can't measure reggae, the powers that it could do for you,
Yeah.
And in a way, it's just relatable. So, we never knew we would have got into sound at our sound system. But over the years, listen to reggae and I said, boy, we know plenty reggae, but what we could do again, boy? What we could do? And Alex and his family migrated a couple of years ago from Debe into Canada, so they live in Toronto now.
Right.
So I lose my best friend when Alex went away.
Yeah.
That was my rider, that was my brother.
Understand.
Yeah, understand.
Yeah.
I said check him any chance I get, I could check him, whether it was after work, whatever. We were.
Well, Lincoln.
Yeah, I'm a soul there. So he left and went abroad. So, and when he went abroad, we decided, hey, you know what? We have a little more opportunity, as to say, abroad. Let me see if we could,
do something.
And as I was speaking about dubplates, the first dubplate we got was a Junior Kelly. Okay. And as I said, it was just a random something, He I think he probably called me the next day, said, hey, I got a Junior Kelly dub last. I said, serious?
Yeah.
We have a dub thing, So, but we love reggae music. We love the authenticity of it, what it does for people, and what we also especially love is that there's so much reggae that is unheard of or is only played in certain zones. That, we like to find new things with new reggae, old reggae, ancient reggae, artists in England, artists in Africa, Hawaii, the older reggae is beyond, you know, and it just caught us, it roped us in, it roped us in.
So how hard or how easy it is being a reggae song in the home of soca?
Um, I would say it's not hard, you know. Yeah, because
We love
the-
reggae music.
we
yeah.
love reggae music, and in reality, soca is soca. I love soca too.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, I just may not play it for a crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, push come to shove, a family thing or something, maybe, yeah, but I wouldn't go out there as Reggae-matic song playing, you know, soca. I have nothing against soca.
Yeah.
But it is not the genre or the push of the brand or who we
the
are.
energy that
the
you want
energy
to-
that Reggae-matic
Yeah.
pushes. They are also positive soca, which I am, it's good, you know.
Yeah.
But no, it's not hard, man. There's a rich community in Trinidad and Tobago that loves reggae, and I will always say, and I will go back to the roots to say songs like Black Starliner, Black Chariot, 9 Miles, Maximilia, Judah International, XYZ, Mosiah Gold Star, Radioactive, Cell Construction, Jugglers, all these men who I listen to coming up,
Yeah.
and I know there were older songs before that I may have missed out on, not because of my age,
Yeah.
but those type of music molded me. Heavy dance for a long time, but as I say, later on we gravitated towards reggae because we realized we could have related to it more, you know?
And with Alex migrating out to Canada and stuff, was it that wrong that time you all purchased like you all mixer and all these stuff and thing and actually got the equipment, or did you all have the equipment and was already like DJing before?
Nah, his dad, Mr. Carl, was really a music man. He has his records and his old record player and things
Right.
still. So
Nice.
Alex in reality grew up under a lot of Gregory Isaac, Sugar Minott, ancient selectors, even a lot of American artists who are not reggae singers, you know, the
Yeah.
old country singers, things like that. So Alex was always involved in music at home, whereas I used to listen a lot of music outside.
Right.
So I was never introduced to really reggae music at home. I grew up in a very Indian home.
Right.
A lot of Indian music, a lot of old traditional songs that only after you realize in my late 30s to 40s now I realize that tune was real bad. But, but you know, it's understanding. It's music is our understanding. So a lot of things we thought you was younger, you know, you didn't understand. We don't realize, you know, them things making sense.
It's actually cool.
So yeah, Alex grew up in a music home, if to say, under Mystical, playing a lot of reggae music, slows and things like that. And he bought the mixer. I think he bought the mixer in Trinidad. He actually when he migrated, he traveled with the entire mixing board. He didn't leave it, you know.
Right.
So
Okay.
it basically the seed was planted in Trinidad
Yeah.
through the brotherhood and then through us loving music, and it gravitated into Alex buying a couple of things. And you know, play music home. He never played anywhere before, you know.
Right.
And then he left Canada and decided, okay, hey, we're going to try and do this thing a little more solid. You know, and you know, he started to do a lot of things out there with My King song, Lindo Peace song, 416 song, a lot of sounds out there. You know, he does work with and he works alongside Noble Works and things like that. So, you know, he began his thing up there while I was alone down here saying, okay, well, I had to try somehow and see if I could forward Reggae-matic. In reality, he was doing the works up there, if to say, you know?
Right. So that will lead me to my next question. Is it that there's a Reggae-matic song out in Canada in terms of song system, playing music, and one also in Trinidad, like two variations of the same song? Or-
Well, there's
I know
Alex-
it's the same song, but you know, like
Yeah,
does
we can say
Alex
so.
play music out there as well.
Yeah. So there's Reggae-matic in Canada, which is the same Reggae-matic that is in Trinidad.
Trinidad,
But there's Reggae-matic that is in Trinidad. It's the same Reggae-matic in Canada. Just
Right.
two different
So
people.
it's just two different faces.
Two different faces, same song.
A
Same
lot of
song.
songs just do that where they have
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
all over the world.
Yeah, most
representing
definitely
the
representing the
song.
brand.
But in reality, it was only because he migrated. It's not like, you know, he was living there and I say, hey, let me talk to my foreign partner to
Yeah.
start a song.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, it was never like that. What I want to say though, is Reggae-matic is one of the songs that, how to say this? It doesn't have no rich uncle. It
See,
doesn't have a means and ways of funding which is illegal,
right.
which is of, you know,
Yeah.
we really are rooted in
Grounded song
family,
that
grounded
work.
song that's,
Yeah.
you know, $95 spent to buy
Every
dubs.
dub plate.
And, you know, things like that. And as I say too, we're not a song clash song. We are roots and culture songs. So we like to cut roots and culture dub plates. Older artists a lot. We wish we could have cut Garnet Silk and Dennis Brown. But Reggae-matic was nowhere in the picture when they were alive, you know? Because, you know, because of that. But we like the roots. We like to cut different dub plates. I love to cut women on dub plates.
See.
I love to cut women artists because I just find they get a different vibe. And when them woman burning them fire, you know, in that dub, you know. We're not a song clash song though.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a little coach question for you. A coach question is questions we just try to guess from time to
That
time,
is
right?
my minor thing on.
Alive or dead, one person you'd love to have a dub plate from.
Midnight, without a doubt, without even waiting a second to answer, to think about it.
Yeah.
Midnight.
Midnight.
That does hurt me.
Yeah, and that kind of way, boy.
Was here a couple of times.
Yeah. And I saw Midnight 3 times in my life, though.
Yeah.
I saw Midnight in Coliseum in South, in Reggae on the Bay. And then a party in, I think it's somewhere in Tongue by the Fire, somewhere there, but I can't remember the name.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
Midnight.
How old is Reggatic songs?
7 years this year, I believe, yeah. We are very young sound, you know. A very young sound. However,
Very prolific for that age, though. Cause
And-
great like it. Great like it, and I know no bottom in it, boy.
And that is and-
great.
Nah. The great about what man. It's just as I say too, and that's what I say. So Reggatic came out in quote unquote in Trinidad on that dub plates because there was a dub plate showcase in Steel Restaurant and Lounge, and I will say that Steel Restaurant Lounge, Anil Balkaran, and also
Yeah, big up Steel one time.
Bobby Killer were the two first people that give me a chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
To say, let me give Reggatic to play, you know, Bobby Killer from Taurus Movement and Anil Balkaran, who worked at Steel before, they were the two first people to give Reggatic a chance.
Sure.
I went Steel, I played some, I was frightened. This is 2023, 2022, one night I was frightened. I never played no way public. I know he has some dubs, he got some roots dubs and things. I go in and play dubs among these sort of big guns who, you know how that is.
Yeah.
No, there was the difference. I'm from the country.
Right.
What I coming on this stage to feel like is this among these
the tongue.
old shooters from 19 how long.
Right.
But
Nonetheless.
I buy the bullet and I gone.
Yeah.
And the reaction I got the first time was I was shocked. It's frightened but shocked after people saying, hey boy, no boy thing, I didn't know that thing. And it was because of the type of dubs we got though.
Right.
Yeah, we got different, more
Very-
roots, more roots.
Very unique people. You all have dub songs, I must say.
Yeah.
Very unique artists.
Yeah, we have some weird ones. But so as I said, Reggatic came out in Trinidad as a dub plate song, but we're not a dub plate song. We just have some nice dubs, and we would love to showcase them anywhere we get a chance to.
Right.
Because people like to hear different dubs.
Yeah.
As much as all the popular, famous ones, and I love them too. But we just wanted our song to be different.
Okay.
You know?
As a person, this is why I say in the beginning, this is a special one for me, because I just always tell people I start as a fan first. I'm a fan of the culture.
Yeah, me too.
That is what have me still loving it today. Why I mean burnout, because, but in terms of watching you perform, watching how you just deliver your performance, I would call it, right? Who are some of the people influence you in terms of your delivery? Because it had we had to be based on it, see, and these big
Yeah, I
songs,
understand.
and as I say, I start off as a fan, and growing up, I was in love with the whole dub plate culture, the song clash.
Yeah, me too.
I was in love with the song clash aspect of it, not the violence and the.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I like the way a man could speak through a song.
The musical war.
Yeah, a man could
Not
say,
real war.
Yeah, a man could say what he had to say through a song. Sometimes the song so on point is like the man talking.
for that moment.
Yeah, the man talking. So, what is some of the people that influence you in terms of coming up and stuff?
That performance by mentally. You see, fear is a hell of a thing. The first time you ever saw me perform was on Amazon.
Yes, I.
For the double showcase.
Yes, I.
If not last year before, I believe.
Well, let's check it out on YouTube. Get there on the page. You see it?
Those songs, Black Chariot, King Tafari, Lion King,
Yeah.
Solid Rock, 9 Miles,
Royalty.
Royalty.
Yeah.
I carry by everybody the song from Tobago, New Chapter. where this little reggae Matic come out from? Want to jump on this big cast. Now, give thanks for Reggae Matic, Alex, and his relation with King Tafari Mauricio.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
you get me on.
Yeah.
Say, what? Now, I so happy and think I real happy. When the reality hit me so like you going and play among these men, right? Now, Black Chariot and all them other elders, even Black Star Liner, and I said all them other elder songs. I grew up listening to them on radio as a youth man. I look up to these men as elders from when I was a youth man.
Yeah.
No,
So now
I
to be on the
going
same
and-
stage with them.
Boy, that my belly turn up.
Intimidate
My
you.
belly turn up. Or a
Yeah.
big man thing. My
Yes,
belly
I-
turn up
yes,
because
I-
I realizing, but wait now, boy, you so brave, you feel you can do this, but I doubt myself.
Yeah.
When I go on up there, boy, and I tell Alex and tell everybody that way, what you seeing up there, I don't want to say it's not me, but it's not me who's sitting down here talking.
Yes, I.
Okay.
Yes, I.
I just have no choice but to go in the zone where I used to listen Clash and them kind of thing long time and say, hey, but you know, if I was on stage, I might not do this, I might not do that. And boy, I just had to go in that mode, boy. But as I say, it's not a Clash thing, but I
No,
just
but-
have to go in
Yes,
for
I.
delivery.
Yes, I, for the
Okay.
For delivery.
For the delivery.
So to say who I look up to, I can't say, boy. Because I used to watch all Clash. I never had a favorite song system. I like Bass of the Sea, I like Jaro, I like them men coming up the years.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. It has happened on the spot. That's the thing. That's why I can't tell you somebody who
In
it
particular.
has hit me now, boy.
Right.
So and that's it now. With the different style of tune you cut, you could have a different delivery because the different delivery and the different style of tune will give the crowd a different effect.
Yes.
That effect will push you.
Yeah.
That does only happen on stage. I don't know how I tell you that, probably can't take a draw.
Yeah.
But I just go in a zone, boy. I just have to go in a zone then. I don't feel like I could be here normal and go up on a stage and now. Like when I went on Amazon, I didn't smoke before. I just wanted to be all shooting on all cylinders. Not saying this to hammer on all cylinders.
Yeah, but you just
to
wanted
be
to make
as
sure.
alert as I could.
Yeah.
And boy, by the second tune, I surprised myself. I was like, wait now, boy, look, people gave me a little forward, boy.
Little
Look,
forward.
chariot there, look, chariot I hand and
Little
just say, oh,
forward.
God,
The man being modest, you know, Dan.
boy.
Dan, the man shell the place, you know. When I tell you shell, the big songs what he talking about.
Respect.
Respect doing the dance by Dan,
I had
man.
to pay respect to them and last, but and that was the first thing I did before I played. Before I played my first song, I said it is indeed a pleasure to be on a cast such like these elders who inspired me, Naya Bingi as well. It was like I was among the reggae gods in Trinidad, and I was just in a state. I had to go in a different state of mind to do that, boy. The response was surprising to me, boy. I ain't gonna lie. But that's the thing with being different.
Yeah.
You understand? Not that none of those other elder songs are they are different because
Yeah, everybody had their own way of doing the thing.
But trying to cut dubs in a world now where everybody is a song system and have a million dubs and you have your limited finances to cut your dubs at. So you have to pick and choose you don't want to pick the regular tunes.
Yeah.
So by not picking the regular tunes will give the crowd something like, wait now, never really heard that cut on dub.
What that process is like.
Um,
Cutting a dub, like walk with you,
Yeah.
picking the song, and to getting the final dub in your hand. Walk with you that process.
Alexis man is really be the more forward one. Well, because he in Canada, he don't have more links out there. He say, boy, you're not bounce up, so like, well, you know.
Yeah.
You say, well, you work at this one. I say, well, all right, we go take a few hours. Say, well, if I work in or what you do, anything, I'll tell you what tune you feel you cut. Man. You come up with a 2 tune each. More than likely, one of them might be the same tune. He picking.
Right.
You say, well, how we work at it? We work at it on the same rhythm. We work at it on the, a obscure rhythm.
Right.
And that's the thing with being not a Clash song. You want to keep your songs on them popular enough. Because when a Clash, you can put your tune on all kind of different rhythm. And it will get afforded because you're killing song.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We know on that. So we're trying to give you something different too. You know? Different artists are not all the time the same rhythm.
Okay.
So we had to come to that. We had to say, well, what rhythm we going to put it on? What we going and sing? It's not a song, Clash song, although we have some dubs that saying some killing and thing.
Right.
And we will just decide, okay, we're going to cut this killing or we're going to cut this roots. That's the next step. We're going to cut this dub killing or roots. And that's where the thing, and then we go write with the lyrics if you say killing or roots. And Send the artist and cut. Simple.
So the like the beat, if you all using a different beat, is it that you all build a beat, or is you all using a beat from before from a next song that you all find interesting?
Um, it's the effect you want to get with the tune.
Yeah.
So more often than I don't want to say more often than not we put it on the same rhythm, because we have Capleton and thing on Bunch Americans rhythm and thing, real weird rhythm,
Right.
real weird, you know.
Right.
Rhythms I don't really hear much.
Yeah.
We may not play it all the time.
Right.
So, but it depends. It depends. In reality, it depends on what we thinking about achieving with the dub. You know.
So you do like specials, so you rewrite the tune.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, you do
Yeah, but
specials.
maybe not too much. Not rewrite a whole tune, but rewrite a certain intros and cut it killing way.
The
or
parts
cut it-
we all want a name call and them.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, it's an addictive thing,
Yeah.
You got to have coppers. You got to have coppers.
To maintain it.
Yeah, and yeah, you had a couple cemented it. And that's why I say, if it is we want to maintain something, let we keep it rootsy, let we keep it us. Let we go too much, let we delve too much in the clash thing. I don't mind cutting a bounty and whoever and a whoever,
Yeah.
but if I can cut a Aiko candy over that, I'll cut my Aiko candy. If you understand what I say, not saying at a point in time we go say, well, boy, we going for this bounty or we going for this whoever artist, being a man or whatever. But it had to really be we won that tune at that time now. But we build anything, man. We are
Feeling good.
build anything, man. You know, we build anything. So better be get the men who might drop off court. You know, I just saying. We cut the men who have a higher chance of passing away. No disrespect at all.
Yeah, but because the ones we could you mount to get later on.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's what might get the different sound in the end. You know?
In the repertoire, in the collection. Where you feel is the toughest dub,
Biggest plate.
the biggest plate you all have.
You know the heights of that? The people at the side there.
Well, you as a person that was asking you, you're on the couch and there's no.
What's your favorite?
You is your favorite out of all of them, yeah.
I love my Desiree.
The Desiree, right?
Man, yeah, because I was the cat recently too. I didn't really let the cat out the bag in my yard. There is a big around the world,
That's
but it's in Reggae Matic. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna lie, I find that one quite up there too now, boy.
Man, that is
You
that
want to realize it, eh? Well, they're coming from a pure place.
yeah.
A place where it's all just about the song culture, you know.
Yeah,
Where all the hard dubs, all the cut, all the checking all the boxes because you love all the boxes. Now. It's not like, hey, let me run down some clash or let me.
Yeah.
Nah.
I think that breeding in the music, that was breeding in the decision making, and that was making the fans and the other DJs react that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what I find is up, man. I think I might agree with man. He's the guy who delivering it too.
Right.
Yeah.
You're expecting me. What I just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Watch me.
Mm-hmm.
Watch me, right? You know, when you go and drop some hard Desiree, some big stone tune, you go and say, yeah, I never expect that. Way.
Mm-hmm.
That is also just give people the element of surprise as well, if to say.
Yeah, there's a card in your deck. You know what you mean, man?
You know, you show me that because
Yeah.
the Amazon thing show me that.
Yeah.
Them would I never expect. And it's only through retrospection with my brethren, them Royal Order from Marble. I had to give respect to Royal Order.
Yeah.
After it's like, boy, and then talking about it after, and boy, I ain't going to lie. I conquer many things that night in my head, and I see it conquered in front of me.
The fruits of it in front of you.
I was shocked, boy. I was shocked. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if to say that wasn't me, but I was shocked. And I was appreciative as well, too. For the platform to do it, give thanks to King Tafari to come there and play that and get that forward.
Alright, songs, man.
Yeah, and then me I like to tell you the other day, it had a little double thing again on Easter weekend, not Easter week, no, the weekend with the Spiritual Baptist and the
Like
E.
the little clip you sent me.
Yeah, but well, here we're going to that now. That was a double showcase in Center Excellence. I can't remember who French Connection through the dance. I was not on the cast. They dropped that flyer like 4 days before.
Yeah.
I messaged Bobby from Toronto. I said, Bobby, boy, like, the dog, I'll see if I can get me on the
Yeah,
chuck a little thing now.
squeeze me in there.
Yeah, I get a little confidence. I ain't going there to throw no words and thing. I just want to play my dubs. I just want to hear something different. All the song, man, I want to hear something different.
Yeah.
I don't want no thing, you know. And I go reach up there. Bobby wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him. So me I go on and ask somebody. Say, well, Bobby said, man, when I reach, go and tell him, man, I send you wherever.
Right.
But I go on the country, man, again shy.
Yeah.
I said, if you see me in a corner, pulling out. Quiet tunes had to play. It's only when Taurus had to play and he see me in the crowd. After he play, he said, hey, come on, tell French Connect, make sure this man get a little choke something.
Yeah.
No, I didn't go there. I didn't know it was a trophy thing. First off.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a, you know. I go in there, realize that trophy thing. But I go in there to play, so he ended up 2 other songs play after Taurus and they put me last in the first round, quote unquote. There were 2 rounds at 10 minutes each, or 8 songs or whatever. Yeah, and the brethren gave me an opportunity. I dropped some tune and I surprised myself because, but again, it's the tune. It's where you pick, it's where you play, it's how you cut. If I had gunman tunes, I might have picked the baddest ones and cut it. I might have get the same effect. But as you see the roots and the reality and the, as I said, the purity of the dub.
I want to tell you is 50% the dub and 50% the delivery.
I agree as well. I agree.
Don't take nothing away from yourself in the moment, because you see, as a fan and you're watching the thing, you want somebody to really deliver the song to you in a kind of way, you know. Now, men have any dubs and sometimes men sit down behind the system and they, yeah, man, this one is from the thing, and they play the dub and they tell us that the dub big enough to. But adding that extra element, God, you have it on YouTube, you have to watch it.
Yeah,
I see
I
it.
gotta take it in.
You understand what I'm saying?
want to right now.
Yeah, well, let's
Yeah,
check
yeah,
it out
yeah,
on my YouTube page. Look for it.
So you get automatically entered into the...
Well, so I played the 10 minutes. I was
Right.
last in the round, and I said, well, all right, I play my I get real forward, but I surprised myself. But yeah, my mic, it was men like Taurus, Tech 9, Audio Menace, digital, not digital, sorry. I buy a good bit of them, but a whole set of songs, Zodiac Jugglers, a whole set of them. Zion Movements, Chosen Ones, big song,
Big songs.
Yeah. I go on there to watch a listen tune, and as only me stupid me say, I go buy him a message, Bobby, and he end up playing the thing. When I go on there now, I go on and I pull it, and I say, well, boy, me studying that, me going and play no way thing, whatever. Well, when Bobby don't play, tell the man whatever, so I end up come and get the last slot. And I just play and go on back.
Right.
When the second round go to start, the man say, you can play 10 minutes again. I say, I can play 10 minutes again, not thinking. As soon as I say yeah, he say, well, yeah. And by default, they enter the competition day, so you need to race for the trophy. I say, well, you really come for that. But I have some June the place still.
Right.
But I end up going to the main thing, boy.
Go on with the trophy, you know, guys.
That too, yeah.
Man, come in like a cause and go with the people trophy, you know.
Very big respect to every song they still,
yeah,
man. It's a
man.
very respectable song, you know. Yeah, it's a very
How much
respectable
rounds
song.
this was in total?
Oh, that's 2 rounds. No, I
3
say.
rounds.
2. It was just 2. It was just 2 10-minute rounds.
Yeah, but I still 20 minutes a dub.
Yeah.
But you see now the difference
Yeah,
with me
I
is
got the bucket.
That is still 20 minutes a tough dub.
We're watching it as you're going.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Yeah, let's see it.
I want to see that.
hey, respect every song system in Trinidad and Tobago, and respect to the elders. I'll always say who inspire me and Alex to get in the thing, and give thanks to Kush on the couch for these kind of platforms to bring forward,
Most definitely, man.
unearth the things that don't be seen really and truly. Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
And I'm glad that you take it there, you know, because, you know, as we did within the field of the reggae and us being knowledgeable in the fact that the importance of it, but yet still the mainstream and the bigger society, they still treat it like the own child.
Yeah.
They still give it less preference, even in a society where we're seeing that other side of the music influencing the thing in a negative way.
Yeah.
They're still giving it more play than the reggae than the consciousness. Because I just oftentimes say, you know, when we was growing up, it was men like Sizzler and Garnet Silk and Capleton and them fellas. And naturally, that song influenced most of us either to go down the path of Rastafari or to at least remain within humble in spirit.
Correct.
Now we don't have that. Now we have a faster thing and a more grimier thing. And we see the result of that, you know?
But I must say, because this, we discussed it a couple of times before, so I've been paying more attention to it now. And what I'm noticing is that no matter what genre reigning on top, people has had this little special place in the heart for reggae.
Most definitely.
Like if I'm in my neighborhood and I put some Bob, my neighbor ain't go get vexed at all. You know what I mean?
That's exactly my
this-
point of how fulfilling it is and how much it could do.
Yeah, for sure.
Because even the neighbor who might be a Rasta would enjoy a Bob Marley
Yeah,
sometimes
on a
they need
Sunday
it,
morning.
sometimes they need
You know,
it,
I'd like to get your take on what you think in terms of what they're feeding us down.
By righteousness don't sell.
See.
Let me put it that way. Righteousness don't sell. Everything else does sell. Righteousness it has had to either come to you, it's had to go to you.
See.
And as much as it might be drowning in what is not of righteous, you have to try and find it or you go find it. By the system you're talking about, we can't fight that. You know?
Definitely.
I ain't saying, we can't fight it to say where we're going and we have to really seek it now because no more than ever, God is, just speaking from
Yes,
my
man.
opinion, no more than ever. Reggae music, which is righteous music, which is doing proper things and living right amongst your brothers and sisters. Those kind of traits, where do you see that now? Where do you see it being advertised? Where do you see it being marketed through music? I could tell you one place for reggae, but a lot of radio stations, if you put on reggae, and if you hear a reggae segment on the radio, it's the same reggae.
Yeah.
The same reggae. I'm not saying no, you know. I ain't saying to have no, you know, but
Yeah.
by righteousness don't sell.
Yeah. I feel answer. And answer sum it up. Yeah.
Righteousness. I have many ways to explain it, but I don't know how to explain it. But righteousness don't sell.
And if I had to add to that, I would still say sell it anyway.
Sell it anyway.
Yeah, facts.
I agree.
You do your
Facts,
thing.
I
you
agree
push
too.
and coach,
Yeah.
keep doing
Yeah,
it.
Correct, I
I
agree.
agree.
I agree
And we
full
go
on
meet in the middle.
Yeah.
And we go fix what we could fix. I there's oftentimes say and all we can't save the world. But it's so precious to save even one soul.
Yeah,
Do the little that you could. Do the small little minors that you could do to inject anything.
Yeah,
You see it?
Correct, man.
Music.
Music could change your mind, you know.
Yeah.
Music could help. Music does help you. There's
like
plenty of music that
healing.
wouldn't help you too, eh?
Yeah.
Everything is energy, everything is vibration. It's what vibration you allow in and you give off to now, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, everything is energy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you watch me. I always remember Dave Chappelle say, you might see a madman in the road. I may not be paraphrasing it.
Yeah,
properly.
yeah.
You might see a madman in the road and say, yeah, but he mad, boy. He mad. But not knowing what environment he is in. What if his environment that he is in has made him mad? He's not just mad just so. Something had to help him or push him towards being mad. You understand? So you can never judge, boy.
What about
Just
if
never know what a boy going through or somebody going through his name.
what about if he is the same one?
Like I was saying,
And you walking around in madness and don't know.
Yeah.
you know what I learned
See it.
recently?
What about if he has found sanity
That was showing you.
and you is really the man one for walking around like a sheep,
Exactly.
Everything normal.
buying every day, thinking everything normal? Yeah?
Yeah, it righteousness so sell. But we had to sell it as I
Yes, I did say we had to sell it.
We
We
had
had
to
to
sell
sell
it.
it.
As we talk about selling, you all do TikTok or what are these DJ platforms?
I have a Reggae Matic. Alex plays on Global FM Reggae Radio. Give thanks to Jatawa
Jatawa,
and the
big up
team.
Yeah, man, Jatawa Global,
on
big up
Fridays.
yourself.
On Fridays, but because our work, he hasn't been playing as regular as possible. My work as well, and
Yeah.
doesn't allow with the timing and thing. But yeah, we do. So we do things on Global FM Reggae Radio. He was also on something on More Music. That's England broadcasting, broadcasting from England. So on Global is from down here. They have a lot of other DJs who
Global
also
from
play.
South.
Yeah,
Jatawa
San
Global,
Fernando.
big up yourself.
Yeah, big up Jatawa, man. Jatawa is a man help us in the correct way too as well, man.
I mean, man.
Goodness. Yeah.
Well, brothers, I like to swing things sometimes, you know.
Coach question.
We not so much a couch question, but we have a new government.
Hmm.
We on a new governance, I should say. Is the INM take on how the things sata? You feel it's just another day in the hood?
Yeah.
Or you think a new change will come? Or you feel like everybody win?
Watching the watching
Eh.
the cup with a half full point of view.
Mm.
Optimistically waiting to see if at least some type of, it has some change to still come, whether for worse or better or good now, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm waiting to see because it doesn't really settle as yet. I know people expecting certain promises to be answered, especially in the cannabis,
Yeah.
field
Yeah.
and certain
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. It's still, as we still had to get up this morning, we still had was to show up for what we had to show up for and
Correct.
keep
Most
grinding,
definitely.
you know what I mean? No matter who in power, we just had to keep the grind pumping forward, you know what I mean? Yeah. But what you gonna say too?
You hope for the best.
Yeah. You're not a political kind of guy, you don't have a stand.
I'm not a very political guy, but everything is politics, though.
Yeah.
True.
And,
You understand that. Yeah.
and if himself in a political, it could be national.
Okay.
So you could be conscious of what's going on in the nation,
Correct.
you know?
Yeah, so
That's the important vibes to have.
correct.
You know, you don't have to be one or the other.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but still be up
You
to
be for the
date.
nation, so be
Yeah.
mindful, you know?
And I was say,
Yeah.
I just hope for the best.
True.
You
Yeah.
understand?
I share that
I
sentiment.
just hope for the best. What we gonna do again, bhai?
I feel like me, he never read up that finger.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, I feel all are we in the same boat.
Yeah, neither me. I
never
never dip my finger for
You
them.
know, you're right. The next finger is the one thing that identify, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you have this one index fingerprint, you can identify this. Is,
Mm-hmm.
you want that? You want that too?
Yeah. That
You
is
want
what
that
it is.
too?
And red to it.
Days that remaining on your fingers for.
I just I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, you know.
Yeah.
I understand that it dictates society and it runs your country and things like that, but I don't know.
Me personally, I think it's just another day in the hood, right? If you understand what politics is, you wouldn't be surprised by politicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the games, or the
Sure.
tricks, or anything that comes with it. You understand? But what I would say is that why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? We hasn't been on that one particular kind of vibe for a little while. All right, let me see
Yeah.
if the thing goes swing. I hope that in the process, those that need it the most receive the help.
Yeah.
Because what is the big always be?
Correct.
This is not the first time. I almost 50 years deep in seeing it happening every 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So this is not the first time.
Yeah.
It switch on it, thing on it. I just hope that the people that need it most get it. You see it? And I think we as a people now, we supposed to be much more wiser than to be allowed to allow ourselves to be caught up in these party politics, the Ramana Jersey and the
Tribal
doesn't matter
politics.
who and the tribal and the disconnect. Because if I love in here for the 4 years and 2 months and something before, how what the last month or the last 3 months of the election, it become this and that, left and right and color and
And we was good all the time.
and we good all the time.
Yeah.
Don't do me them thing. And I think like for as modern as we has become as a society, we supposed to done past that tribal vibes already.
Well, even in the most modern societies, it still had our leftists and rightists.
Yeah, correct.
But as people,
Type,
it
you know.
most times in those kind of situations, it will be based more so on the issues, the policies, and the manifesto and them kind of thing. a lot of people who went wherever side don't even know what the side was going to do for them.
Right.
Here,
Correct.
they know this is my side and that is your side.
Yeah.
But they don't know what the side. Majority of the time when the left and the right fighting over there is over
They know
policies.
they know
They know what the
where
left
they're
doing,
coming
and
from.
if you ask a man what the left doing, a man can tell you what the
Yeah,
left
yeah,
doing and
correct.
what the right doing. So we have to kind of come out of that and
Yeah, correct.
and be mindful also that even though you're not part of something, finding knowledge in it, because you don't want to be caught with your pants down.
Correct.
You see it?
Yeah.
Because as simple as you might want to vote, but try to learn your constitution. Because it might protect a right you have one of these good days. Or a right of your children.
Correct, yeah.
You know that kind of way?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I know. Yeah, just everybody had a right, you know. And as I say, I would strongly believe too, everybody just for better for the country.
Yeah.
Whether red, yellow, green, blue,
That is
purple,
what it have to
orange,
be.
black, you know, it doesn't matter.
I want to know
It
if
just
the,
for better, it just for better.
if the point system staying, in something like,
Demerit.
They want to get rid of that.
might get rid of that,
The
because that
demerit.
wasn't really legal.
I think that was a kind of, no, let me be honest, right? Internationally, now majority of the policies and things you see happening in our country is copies of what happening internationally, USA, Canada, these different bigger countries and them kind of thing, right? And internationally, it does have the demerit points.
Right.
So if you run a traffic light, you run certain things, you DUI, them thing, you would lose points of your license, right? So that's the international standard of judging whether a person should have the license or not.
But they have it's by law,
Yeah, it's law.
right? Yeah. Right.
So I don't think it's something that so much bad because it still curbs. Because if you're driving and every Friday you're drunk, bro, you get into 3 accident,
Yeah.
but yet still next week Friday you're back behind the steering wheel again. Sooner or later before somebody loved one lost their life.
Yeah.
So I think the demerit points, but what I don't think is that the handing out in them is being dealt properly. I feel like it's too much.
Yeah.
Getting like 3 demerits points for a seat belt and them kind of thing.
And
That's
the
crazy.
demerits
And you
are
only have like
fast.
about 9 or something, so
True.
Yeah.
or something for your lost your license. You only have a few.
Past 10 to 14 or something like that.
I think it should have like a higher standard. You could lose more. I think probably they should set it up in a way where when we lose more demerit points when you're caught doing a offense like driving under the influence and these kind of things.
Yeah.
A seatbelt might be a warning and because you're done paying a fine. If I done not to pay a
Right.
fine for the crime,
Yeah.
why I have to lose points on my license for it as well at the
Give
same
me-
point in
I
time?
like that way adding. Give me 2 warnings on record.
Yeah.
Same computer system.
Yeah.
Give me 2 warnings. Not that you should have it off, but it have moments because I got a ticket. I used to pull out. And once I clear where I pulling out from, then I just draw for my belt now. And our officer see me in the motion pulling it down, so it looking like if
You see him.
I see him and pulling it when that was
Yeah.
my normal habit. Thing. And I got a ticket now, so it had instances where your back could really use a blind,
Yeah, understand.
You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
I think the delivery of the justice here kind of still have a arcane kind of long time way, a kind of bully style to it.
Bully
Eh,
style.
no.
Yeah, kind
And
of
then,
bully.
so you know upon you.
Yeah,
Because remember the law is to be enforced by discretion, Officer discretion. It has obviously it has certain laws you definitely can't break.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in certain cases like traffic, a man might jump in the vehicle and swing out the driveway. And,
Yeah.
You know that kind of way? I don't know, but of course, and there's always want to keep the scale balanced too,
Yeah.
because fear is fear, bro. You know what I mean? You can't say, well, go get my blind for this, but pressure a man for that. You know that kind of way? Fear is fear, but
For sure.
See, wrong is wrong and right is right.
you see it?
Give
And
thanks
they
to
live
the
up full.
hardworking officers too.
Yeah, all the same.
So anything we could look out for from Reggatic songs coming?
Jatawa Culture Fest, I believe.
Okay.
I want to get the wrong date, but I will tell you either in May or it's in July.
Right.
So let me get back to you on that correctly.
All right. I know.
But yeah, that is Jatawa Global. It's a culture fest every year in Motown Panyard, just off the coffee.
On coffee, yeah.
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 Yeah, let's be real nice. You know, real roots music again too. You know, nice music, nice mature elder people music. You know.
I know me and Tower really, me, Tower, myself, Simeon Sword,
Yeah.
we start
Yeah,
Reggae
Simeon.
Matic Sundays.
Right,
on the
right.
little club across there on the coffee itself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You see the phone?
yeah.
yeah. So we might
My good boy.
do a thing by Tower. I could be play a little set by Tower down there. You know. Yeah, Tower is a elder man. Tower.
Yeah, they come on here.
Tower deserve much recognition.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this
he
thing.
actually doing a lot behind the scenes. It's not loud to say like he's
Yeah.
very popular or anything.
And I was say he deserve
but
much
he
recognition.
really
Yeah.
push it though. He consistent
Mhm.
and he very trying to be innovative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
Doing
keeping
his
on the
thing,
ground
man.
too.
Big up yourself again, man.
Yeah, he keeping on the ground
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, so you know, Reggae Matic, just gonna be yourself.
And keep doing the works.
Yeah, you just can't be yourself. You can't be nobody else.
You know, we didn't ask too. You have where can get a mix of your like your mixes.
If you go on Reggaematic, like Reggaematic song, have a YouTube page.
YouTube, okay.
Yeah, you will
good,
see some
good.
of the sets Reggaematic Alex played
Yeah.
online
Okay.
for Global FM. During COVID, we did a top plate showcase with a lot of international songs, Soul Stereo, and a lot of international songs.
Good one.
You know, so those things
Yeah, yeah.
we've
Where do you all have like mixes and thing?
yeah, on that same page.
Yeah?
Yeah,
On
that's
still on the same YouTube page?
Yeah, same page Reggaematic song.
Man like to listen to it in the car and all that vibe.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
man,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Have an Excel couch question to chat your way.
Mm-hmm.
See, now we living in the time of AI.
Mm.
Right? You feel it? AI could cut out the plate and mash up a dance.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah,
that really easy. And the right
That's what
songs
meant
with
to be
AI.
for people who die.
Like with somebody who died now. You feel that could be the next
think that
evolutionary thing?
Are you sure, man? Probably do that already.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, I sure.
Catch
I
on,
mean,
catch
yeah,
on.
remember AI, just like any song like there's here on them ads and all kind of things.
Yeah.
AI, a lot of AI things. So
Yeah.
them thing easy to do.
You might still get him midnight.
Nah, I'll never do that.
Yeah.
I got to know AI midnight.
You call that, all right, that is the question then.
Mm.
So you're not going and cut our AI down.
Nah.
Nah.
That who
This is direct
all right, well,
already.
here what I'm saying. Who are paid? Who's the artist I got?
Let me say you cut at midnight.
Well, it could be midnight.
You ain't gonna be paying midnight.
No, and it wouldn't be midnight. It could be an AI midnight.
Yeah.
Who is a formulation or whatever voice and if you
So
understand that.
to you that now work. That
Not
that
for
don't-
me. I do think we would cut our AI
Respect
down.
that.
However, I wouldn't mind hearing somebody want to hear what song though.
Okay.
Whatever it is, no matter
Yeah.
what it is, but I'd like to hear somebody AI though.
Yeah, man.
Just to hear what song.
You're familiar with the AI and
In what length?
well, when I say familiar with it, if you know you're knowledgeable or you
Yeah,
use it in your everyday going
Everyday life.
about.
yeah,
and that kind of
knowledgeable
thing.
about knowledgeable enough about it.
All right. You think it's something?
And everything have its good and its bad. Everything. So the limitations of it seem boundless,
Right.
which could definitely be a negative thing, which could also be a positive thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think in the end it could just be the deciphering of what is real and what is not.
Right.
And they're so good right now. I feel
It's hard for you as a human to decipher what is real.
you
You know what I
so
mean?
me and you might decipher it quickly,
Yeah.
but the masses may not.
On the last episode, I was saying that nearly 40% of the content you're watching on social media right now is AI made.
Yeah. So that was say in the end, and a lot of I don't know if you all heard about when they were doing like WhatsApp video calls with, and it was like Obama and
Yeah,
things like
yeah,
that, and it's
yeah.
the AI and they showing them Obama calling you and talking to you.
Yeah.
People get fooled. A lot of them maybe like last year or year before or something. So I still, I mean, on us on our level, if to say, we don't know the limits and bounds of it in reality. Men who in it, who know it properly, who know it much better, know the limits and bounds. But to my knowledge, it seems limitless right now.
Same.
But it's a useful tool. You see it as a useful
It
tool.
is a useful tool,
Yeah.
but again, everything have its good and its bad. I may not know how it might affect us negatively, you know. But I think if they could create realities as in make things look real, create form, like ads with AI people and things like that look so real.
Yeah.
You could pop somebody.
Yeah.
I just saying,
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
Definitely, you
so
could use it for
negative,
nefarious
yeah.
activities.
yeah, that might just be the lower end of it. Maybe there's so much more it can do.
Because I even if you're thinking about good that it could do, you're a sound system, you have a weekend or a holiday to relax, and you could sit down with the AI with one of your biggest plate or your favorite plate,
Yeah.
and let the AI construct a video for that plate,
Yeah.
where you could even put it out for consumption by
And
other
that
people.
is amazing. I would love to even see that. Look, I didn't even know that because the depths are not into it as much as the Sybil, and that's to show it's almost limitless.
It's
AI doing everything.
Yeah, man.
serious.
Yeah, no, it can't create life though.
Nah.
Yeah, it can't create life.
And as we looking to wrap it up, I wanna ask you, as a young song, now coming out, now looking to cut my first dub plate,
Yeah.
shoot my better advice.
It's where you want where you want your song to be. If you want to be a DJ song, cut you know, we are roots songs, so we cut more roots music. If you like dance, so they might it's up to what type of music you want to cut first
Yeah,
of all.
for
Type
sure.
of music, and then it'll go wrong if it is you want to cut your dub. No, I don't know dub plate specialist first of all. Let me
Right.
just there's a disclaimer.
Yeah.
For me now.
Yeah.
I don't know what effect you want to get. So it's either work out a dancehall artist, a reggae artist. Where's the artist if it is you work out a dub? Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you work out a dub, what artist and what song maybe you might want to cut for Lions Den song?
Jag Glory by
Glenn?
Jag Glory by what's that artist name by
It's Nasio.
Nasio Fontaine.
Yeah.
That's your fun.
Jag Glory. Yeah. Or
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, Jag Glory is the name of the song. Anyway.
I'm gonna tell you one for Lion. I always tell him Desiree Lion is a lion. You have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
cut
Yeah,
that.
yeah, well, yeah.
I go with more who like thinking no one thing.
Nah, that you just
Right?
whoever. If you get a
So-
chance to cut that dub.
So it is a real dread toss up because Sizzla is my idol from
Yeah.
from long time. So it could be a real honor to get any plate from Sizzla.
Right.
But I like him guy. I like a man like Mortimer.
Yeah, Mata.
Yeah.
Give him a real nice plate. I done.
Yeah.
Something different.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? Yeah. And that is it. Day.
But that is what I was saying. So sorry, bring back to the question. I had lost track to you.
No, the question was basically just to get a young song a better advice.
That was
right now.
it. So I mean, sometimes I always wonder this, in Trinidad especially, if it is, one or two places I play my dubs, if men ever dig a horrors. It have thing like that in song.
Yeah.
When there's dig horrors, can you play a dub? When you ain't had no time with them, you playing a dub, And that's a thing with song things. So I don't know. For me then, I don't know where you're cutting it up for. If you have a reggae tune, you want to play a righteous tune, you can cut a reggae tune, killing too.
Yeah.
It's up to what you want in reality. So look, them two tune, unless there is two ancient tune, there is two reggae tunes. So strangely enough, not strangely enough, somebody else might have said, "I'll cut a bounty, cut a super cat, I'll cut a whatever."
Super Cat might vex at me. I really was supposed to say Super Cat and the class are riding hard on the cat this year. And Super Cat riding hard this year, you know what?
But I've been honest, I don't want to say I wish you were our last song, but the place is very expensive now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the place is very expensive.
That is what I think will make even the AI we was talking about more appealing.
Yeah.
Because people say, well, all right,
It's
I
a
can't-
cheaper to get.
What is
Yeah, but if it, then you're plastic because
Yeah,
it ain't
well,
real.
I want to know who sing
plenty
this song.
thing plastic?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I create the artist and thing, but that is not a real person. And I mean, that's just my, my thoughts on it. But yeah. So if you would like to cut a dub, that is 2 dubs that got like one.
Yeah,
For sure,
I
for
would
sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
I would like that Nasir Fund then Jah Glory.
And you have a reason for that, and you also have a reason for that. So just that you just went through the same process.
That is the fundamentals I was really
Right.
creating.
What dub you work at? You can cut
Yeah.
almost anything right now. Max Room, you're that person going determined, person going merciless, Yeah, it's way like. So we like roots and culture music, so we cut more roots and reggae dubs,
Yeah, man.
We give thanks to that energy.
Yeah,
man.
good vibes.
I want to send a special shout out, same way to Reggatic, Alex out in
Yeah, all the
Canada.
time.
You see, big up yourself, my brother. We give thanks to the moment, man. I mean, man, big up the song. And Jonathan, my brother, boy, we give thanks to the sit down. Give thanks to the moment. You see it?
I appreciate it.
I
man.
went and played that video for Gary one time. You just
good.
quit. Yeah, you had to see that part. I talk
When you see that video,
Yeah.
you're gonna say that wasn't that man on us.
Yeah.
Telling you,
That wasn't-
it
that was-
doesn't. It is be. I don't know. It is be a kind of shift, but I still not accustomed.
I
to
could
it.
relate. I could definitely relate. Because some artists
Still not
like that
accustomed
too,
to
eh.
it. I still just get kind of when I go in and because as I say, like when I play in that thing, is I set a war song. I hope nobody want to throw and talk for me. I know on that. I know on that. You know, whether I throw not me a business night, I knock it answer. You know, be like yeah, answer.
You know,
Nah,
what I mean?
but that is not ever the intention.
Never
That's
the
never the
intention.
It don't
intention.
feel so. I ain't get that vibe. Some
Nah, at all. The conversation that I go totally
Love
different.
in the house.
All the time, man. And I say, give thanks for this opportunity to come and just, let the people know who Reggae song is. I hope I gave a better understanding of who we are and what
we
we
give
stand
thanks.
for, especially.
Yeah, and today, was our first, another first.
Yeah.
But the first sound system, first
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I
DJ we
appreciate
had
it.
on the podcast, you know what I mean, and talk that level. So we give thanks to the moment. Brother,
Yeah.
you don't know the thing set already, right? Well, we outside, remember to check out the merch. Drop a like, follow, subscribe.
Thank you.
Well, you don't know the thing set.
you. Love.
We need all to like the thing and share the thing so that we could build it so it could continue growing.
Hey, let
I
me
mean-
get a 2 jersey for them, eh?
And we give thanks. I mean, man, we give thanks.
Good guess.
Yeah. We give
I
thanks
should
to
have come
that.
and get that one time, you know.
And I know scene, man.
Yeah, man.
We could, right? So, until next time. Yeah?
Yeah, blessed.